Most people aren't thinking about you. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in the most freeing way possible. Think about the last time you embarrassed yourself. Maybe you stumbled over your words, posted something awkward, or said the wrong thing. I bet you can remember it perfectly. Now let me ask you this. Can you remember the last time a random person embarrassed themselves? Probably not, because you were too busy thinking about your own life, just like everyone else's. There's a quote I often think about. My life has been full of terrible misfortunes, most of which never happened. I love that quote because it perfectly describes how our minds work. We create imaginary conversations, imaginary criticism, imaginary rejection, and we spend hours preparing for moments that never actually happen. How many opportunities have we missed because of things that existed only in our imagination? We don't post a video because we imagine people laughing. We don't talk to the person we like because we imagine getting rejected. We don't chase the dreams because we imagine failing in front of everybody. Notice the pattern. It's all imagined. Our minds are incredible at predicting disasters that never arrive. Here's what I've realized. The world isn't watching you nearly as closely as you think. Everyone else is worrying about themselves. They're wondering if people like them, if they're successful enough, if they're attractive enough, if they're making the right decisions, the same things you're worrying about. And because everyone is so focused on themselves, nobody has as much time to judge you as you think. Even if someone does judge you, how long do you think they actually think about it? Maybe 5 minutes? Then they go back to worrying about their own life. Meanwhile, you've spent weeks worrying about an opinion they forgot before dinner. Isn't that crazy? We give permanent power to temporary thoughts from temporary people. The Stoics believed that suffering often comes not from reality, but from the stories we tell ourselves about reality. And I think that's exactly what's happening. Most of our fear isn't about what is, it's about what might be, what someone might say, what they might think, what might happen. And while we're busy living in those imaginary futures, real life keeps passing us by. So here's something I want you to remember. The next time you're afraid to take a chance, ask yourself one question. Am I reacting to reality or to a story I'm telling myself? Because those are two very different things. Don't let an imaginary audience stop you from living a real life. The people you're trying so hard to impress probably won't remember what you did next week, but you'll remember the chances you never took for the rest of your life. So stop living for the crowd you've created in your mind. Start living for the person you'll become if you finally stop asking for permission. Because freedom begins the moment you realize the prison was never other people's opinions, it was your own belief that they mattered more than your own.